Make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell if you want to get the videos as soon as they upload. YouTube, what up? Welcome back to another Pounds 978 custom video. And right now I want to talk to you guys about Neca's Ghostface, aka Scream. I know him as Scream. I don't know why they didn't write Scream. It's probably a licensed thing, but technically he's not Scream. Scream is just the title of the movie. He didn't have a name, but I guess Ghostface does work. This is pretty cool. It became so popular that it was a traditional Halloween costume and still is to this day. There isn't a Halloween I don't see a Scream mask on the shelf or on display, but not often do you see a Scream figure on the shelf. And when I saw it, I had to get it. I thought it was super cool. I saw it once and let it slip, but I saw it again and had to get it. You see Scream is on the back of the box, or Ghostface, pardon me, and on the side of the box. Really cool artwork. You can read that bio if you want. You get 3 swappable heads. The glow in the dark head looks really cool. Love it. I had to get it. I don't know. He's not even really a killer like that. He's just a slasher. He's not like a true bad guy like a Jason Voorhees or Freddy Krueger or something. But you can't have one if you don't have two, because in the movie there are 2 killers. And this is the 8-inch Neca versus the 7-inch Neca. And shout out to JK Jackson. He gave me the one on the right. That's the taller one, the all cloth version that came out before this ultimate box version. And they are both really similar, so I'm going to compare them both here really fast. Well, not even just here, later on also in the video. Scream was released in December 20th, 1996 and has become a cult classic since. There's like 5 movies. Even a Scary Movie franchise was built off of Scream. Scream is about a group of teenagers who sit around and rip apart horror movies by the cliches that are in them while living in a cliche horror movie themselves. There is a killer, and they break down what it takes to stay alive. The virgin stays alive. It's funny because it's true the way they break down the classic cliche horror movie, but they don't realize they're in a horror movie themselves. And again, there's a killer, but the spin was that they were 2 killers, and that was pretty cool. But again, they're just regular teenager kids. They weren't like immortal monsters like the rest of the guys. These 2 guys were just copycat killers who got off killing and getting away with it, and then it became again the thing that everyone was just copycatting, if that makes any sense. But this does come with a bunch of accessories, and I think that makes it really cool to play with. Always fun when you can swap things around and give different looks and poses or actions for your action figure, hence the word action, and that's cool. It's made out of cloth, or at least it has a cloth over the plastic, and that is interesting, seeing that Neca recently released a cloth Scream figure with kind of the similar build and design. It's just a little bigger. And so either one honestly is cool. It just depends on the scale you prefer. I'm more for Articulation, and so I think I like the Ultimate version, and we'll get into that later, but they both are pretty similar. Kind of identical, you could say, honestly. So I think it's cool. I noticed that Neca does that. They do the 8-inch cloth figure with the plastic, the clamshell packaging, and then they do the box Ultimate editions with a little more articulation and accessories. Why is that? Do people still prefer the ones in the clamshell packages? Because if you were to put Chucky against these guys, I would think that the 8-inch version in the clamshell package kind of suits him more, because Chucky's not as big as he is here. He's small for sure, but if you line him up with some Neca figures, you'll see that he should line up more in comparison with this one versus the Ultimate edition, because he'd be pretty big. But again, I don't know what a life-size Chucky doll would be like. Same thing with the Puppet Masters. We'll get into that afterwards once we get through that review. The knives are the same, just one is a little bigger and has blood on it. It's the main knife he uses in the movie. My son picked up the 8-inch Neca and he said, "Dad, they gave you a bootleg," when he lifted up the shirt and saw it was just like a basic He-Man figure under there. And I was like, no, it's just the way it is. He doesn't have to be painted because he's under a robe. The head is pretty cool. It does kind of match the Ultimate Edition version. It's just not as sharp, but the mask itself does look pretty spot on. So you just can't remove the head on the big version. It does have a hood that you can fold up in shape, and so that's pretty awesome. Has cloth pants versus the sculpted plastic pants. And the boots, for some reason I like the boots on the Ultimate Edition. It has a little more detail to it. It has a black wash. It has silver on the buttons. Again, they both look the same, But when you lift this body up, it doesn't look any better either. This looks even kind of worse. If you have both versions of Ghostface, you can kind of make them seem like they're in scale. It'll just look like one guy is kind of bigger than the other guy, and that's kind of natural, right? You don't have to be twins. So you just got to make sure you get them in the right perspective for your shot and angle. I think it could work. I mean, if you could get 2 Ultimates, or you could get 2 8-inch versions, go that way, of course. But if you had just one of these each, that's pretty cool. And I got mine from Walmart, and the other one from my boy JK. So again, shout out to you. But here are the knives. You can see they kind of are. Let's pull them up. Here are all the knives in comparison. You can see that they all are very similar, except just one doesn't have blood on it, and the one that doesn't have blood on it is from the 8-inch version. But they are pretty cool to have. Here are the 2 voice changes in comparison. These I thought were probably the coolest part in the movie, are the voice changes, and I wish I still had one of those things, because I'd be calling people, crank calling them for no reason. Hello, Sydney.
What's the matter, Sydney? You look like you've seen a ghost.
There are several different masks. There's the plain white mask that you can easily pop off. There's a ball joint right there on the top of the neck. You can easily just pull the hood back and then pop the other head on easily. Shouldn't give you no issues. This is the corroded mask. Not sure if it's movie accurate, but it is cool. This is the glow in the dark mask, one of my favorite masks. And we'll test it out just so you can see that it actually does glow in the dark. So that's a pretty cool feature. Love that. Let me know if you like that. Write it in the comment section down below. You know what, I don't care what you say, because it is a cool feature. When you buy the mask in Halloween, it glows in the dark. And so to implement that in the action figure is pretty cool. The sickle, I don't know what this is for. Someone tell me. I'm not familiar with this. So the sheath, shy. I don't know. I've never seen this with Ghostface. So let me know. It is painted really nice. It's detailed. It has like rust and wither on it. So it is nice. Pair of hands, different shapes in the hand grip so you can hold different things. But as far as articulation goes, I mean, some things work and some things don't. So I don't want to say that it's not great. It is pretty cool, and I guess for what it is and what you need it to do, it does work. I just wish that it had better knees, because those single jointed knees aren't really giving you much bendability. You do get a cool split, but because he's a chaser, you want him to be able to run. You could get him in some decent running poses, so I'm not mad at that. Again, the articulation is decent, nothing too fancy. He's not a superhero, so you don't want to catch him in super dynamic poses. So I think it does work for a horror film figure. The ab crunch and diaphragm work really well, so that's cool. The hood on this one is also posable. It has a bendy wire in it, so you could also pose that. This is dope. I'm telling you, I don't regret buying it. If I see another one, I'll probably get it just to have 2 slashes the same size. I love them. Let me know, do you like Ghostface? Do you like Scream the movie? Which one is your favorite? Do you like scary movies? Which one of those is your favorite? And out of these 2 NECA figures, which one do you prefer, the 8-inch or the Ultimate Edition? I would say, I've said it earlier, the Ultimate Edition, of course, but I wouldn't be mad if I had just the 8-inch as well. I'm just more of in scale and articulation and accessories, so you know I'm gonna go with the Ultimate Edition, of course. No, but again, they're both pretty dope, and again, I wouldn't mind having 2. And I guess I've been saying the same thing for the last 6 minutes. So the video's over, man. I appreciate the love. If you like this video and you want to see more reviews, subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button and hit that notification bell before it disappears.
If you choose to subscribe, you the man. Yes, you. Everyone below in the comments, yes, you too. Thank you very much for showing me love. Who knew? It's ironic how we think out the box for you too, right?